Hello Virgos, this is Liz, the Light Siren, back again for your April 2020 reading. I hope this video finds you well. I know all of us all over the world are going through very different experiences right now. Some of us are quarantined, self-isolating, etc. Some of you may be going about business as usual. So wherever you're at, just apply this reading to how it resonates to your situation. I'm going to try to leave the virus and the quarantine stuff out of it because I understand everyone's situation is different. But if you are in that situation and those messages need to come through about those things, it'll, whatever needs to come through will come through. But yeah, if this doesn't resonate, I always ask that these messages be for the people who need them most. Also, make sure you check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign readings. If you don't know the other aspects of your chart, check out in the subscription box below. I have a link so you can get your natal chart. Also, another quick announcement, I'm going to be doing pay what you can personal readings for the month of April. So you can email me at thelightsirens333@gmail.com. That info is also in the description box. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with a little prayer and meditation as usual. Om Namah Shivaya Ganesha Datura Wibetni, your own source, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters, please be with me to read for the collective sign of Virgo. Send through any advice or guidance they need at this time for April 2020. Thank you. Thank you. Virgos, I feel like you have a lot of information coming in at this time. I feel like, you're very mercurial, you're ruled by Mercury, so obviously information is always coming through for you folks. You're very kind of heady, informationally dense people, but I feel like this information is coming from source. Virgo, the 6th house, is all about service, health and service, so I feel like Virgos are really being called forth at this time to step into their higher power and offer service in whatever way that means. Whether it's, serving your family, serving a nonprofit organization, helping people get food and supplies, whatever's going on wherever you're at this time. If it's not that, I also feel like Virgos, you're very used to kind of dealing with cyclic thinking and anxiety, so it may just be at this time that you feel surprisingly settled, regardless of the chaos happening in the world. Like, you feel surprisingly settled, like, oh, I've already thought of every possible thing that could go wrong in the world, like, literally since I was born, so, like, this doesn't faze me. I've already thought about these possibilities before, so I'm mentally prepared, and you're finding that you're actually very calm right now, which is really good to note. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what this reading is going to be about. I'm finding that for all the readings so far, April is a huge month for source, for the divine, aligning people with their higher power, their higher purpose, their calling, their destiny. Yeah, basically April is like big destiny mood, okay? That's the hashtag, big destiny mood. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start with the major arcana for your overall energy, and then we'll get into love and career, and whatever else needs to come through, of course. So one card, one major arcana for the overall energy for our Virgos, please. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like smiling. Like, I feel Virgos, like you're kind of like in a little womb right now. You feel a little cozy and secure. That's good. That's good. You've been prepared for this for a whole lifetime now, depending on where you're at, of course. Death. Again, this speaks to being connected to the collective death that's happening right now. Also, Virgos, I feel like this is specifically calling you guys out because, and I did a video on this, the Virgo new moon that we had, it was all about death, the end of a karmic cycle, okay? That Virgo new moon marked the end of a karmic cycle that was during Pisces season, okay? So I feel like for you guys, you're really being called forward because you're bringing on this kind of, and again, like health and service, like you're very connected to this energy of shutting things down to make things newer in a better, healthier way. And yeah, this connection to that Virgo new moon, this marks the end of that karmic cycle. We're entering a new one, but maybe Virgo, you're still lingering a little bit in that old cycle. Maybe things aren't completely shifted for you yet. This may be some kind of personal death process that you still need to master. Maybe you're a little hesitant to actually accept this death process is happening. So perhaps the smiling and like the feeling okay, you may be sitting in a little bit of illusion in the fact that things are changing. And the fact of the matter is that we're not just going to go back to normal here. After everything's said and done, this year is a huge shift, a huge change. This is a major death process. And I'm feeling like for you guys, you might also be avoiding thinking about death and dying because maybe where you're at, there's a lot of that happening around you. And that's part of the information that's coming in, is that like all this death is happening, but this is also figurative death, right? End of a cycle. So yeah, this death energy is very interesting for you guys. We're going to see how this pans out with the love and career. So 3 cards for love, please. And last month, I remember, Virgos, your reading was very interesting. I remember for career, like, the first card out was just the Tower. And I feel like for you guys, especially, again, that Virgo new moon that just keeps, like, giving me truth bumps, like, your connection to that, to the end of this cycle is very important for some reason. And I feel like with that Tower card that came through for career last month, it was like, I'm going to say it, this whole virus situation was that Tower. It was in the way of you moving forward in regards to career, because your career is going to come out of this death process that's happening in the world. Like, you're going to be called to a higher purpose, a higher calling to serve others in a very powerful way. So whatever career thing you were working on before the Virgo new moon, whatever you were working on before the Virgo new moon was not meant for you, and this Tower, this virus, this Tower moment in society had to go down so that you could see your true calling, your true purpose, okay? That's coming through very strongly. So if you haven't, check out that Virgo new moon energy report I did. Also check out the collective shadow reading I did, collective shadow video. I was just kind of talking on a message I channeled from source, and then also the Aries full moon video I think can help too, because that Aries full moon marked the beginning of this new cycle. Alright, so I'm going to stop blabbering and get into the actual reading here. Can I get 3 cards for love, please? Thank you. Love's looking a little slow. My solar plexus and sacrum is lighting up a little bit, so I'm feeling, Virgo, that you may be a little bit withheld in this area. Maybe there's not much movement going on in regards to love at this point in time. There's a little bit of stagnation. But also excitement. You may have been talking to someone right before all this went down. Maybe you're in a place where you have to self-isolate. If not, maybe things just aren't moving as fast as you want them to. And maybe you're not quite sure where this is heading now because of everything that's going on in the world. It's like it feels like you created a spark with someone and then there was an interruption. Again, this Tower moment was really strong in your last reading. All right, there's our 3 cards. 3 cards for love. Let me make sure you can see everything. And then 3 for career, please. Yeah, as I was saying, like, there was a message coming through while I was shuffling that, in regards to love, that you had a spark with someone and then all of this went down and there's like some chaos in the world, so now it feels like okay, where is this going? Like, can I trust that this is still going to be there when, like, you know, I kind of re-enter the world or when things start moving again? So we'll see what that says. Can I get 2 more cards for career, please? Thank you. Yeah, everything's a little slow for you Virgos right now. Again, you might still be in this death process, and that's okay. Don't rush things, you know? Is this card supposed to be here? Yes or no? No. Okay. All right, let's get into love. Is this supposed to be in reverse? Yes. So again, like what I was picking up on when I was shuffling, this 8 of Pentacles can be referring to you. This is very Virgo energy, but it's in the reverse. So wondering if something's worth your while. Wondering if it's going to stand the test of time. Again, wondering if this situation, this person's still going to be interested, still going to be around when you come out of this disruption period that's happening in society. Again, if you're self-isolating, this might be you concerned, like, is this going to be able to work if I can't see them? Is this going to be able to work out? Is this going to be able to work out? That's the mood. Yeah, so the moon, you may be you may have Cancer in your chart, or you may have a situation going on with the Cancer. If not, is this supposed to be in reverse? Yes or no? No. Okay. So this card, this is, again, not knowing if you can trust the situation, not knowing if this is the right relationship for you, or if this is something you should be focusing on at this time. Not sure if it's going to work out. But there's also some illumination happening here. So maybe with this period, this kind of sacred pause that's happening in society, this is giving you the time to really shine a light on the situation and really figure out whether this is something you want to move forward with and work on for like a longer term situation with this person. Is this supposed to be reversed, yes or no? No. Yeah. Again, wondering, is this person going to fulfill my dreams? And what are my dreams? What is my dream relationship? This is also Aquarius energy, so you may be connected to some Cancer Aquarian type person. If not, this is just you. Again, these 2 cards kind of illuminating, what is your dream relationship? What hopes do you have in this relationship? And is it worth it? Is this relationship really speaking to you? Is this something you want to work on long-term and build? And you know what? It may be the case that the sacred pause gives you the time to illuminate and realize that this is not your dream relationship, and you could find something that speaks to you a bit more. All right, let's get into career. 2 of Wands. This is you not knowing what direction the world is taking you in right now. That's what I'm feeling. Again, like that last month's reading with the Tower card for a career, that kind of really, like, this situation really disrupted your flow. But it's for a purpose, right? This death process, because we're trying to align you with things that are truly authentic to you and that you truly deserve. So if things are breaking down, things are not working out, it's because you have a new direction to go in, and this direction is going to speak to you on a much deeper, more authentic level. So right now you're kind of wondering, okay, what the heck? Like, what's going on? What direction is this shit going to take me to? Like, am I going to go that way? Am I going to go to a different place? Am I going to start a new career? Like, this is just you wondering where things are going to go from here. Simply put. Yeah, 3 of Wands. There's no direction to take right now. You're in a period of contemplation, contemplating where you're going to be taken next, where your energy is going next. So again, sacred pause, this death. You're still in this death, okay? You're in the sacred pause, you're incubating. Like, think about how when you die, okay, you return to source. And then you choose to come back to the earth to learn some more things. Your soul keeps returning to earth, keeps reincarnating in order to learn new things. The same thing happens when you have like a figurative death in your current lifetime, right? So you may go through a death process, you might lose your job, something might happen, disrupt your life. But in those moments, you're in a little incubation period. You're like in the void. Like you die and your soul goes to the void, and within the void, the universe brings you what is meant for you next. So you can start a new lifetime. I once wrote a poem that came through when I was meditating with the plant Datura, who is Shiva's plant. It's the plant of death. Shiva is kind of like the underworld kind of figure. But yeah, this poem came through, and it was death happens every day. We live lives within lives, something like that. Like, I don't remember verbatim, but yeah, like we can die every day. Every day is a new lifetime when you really think about it. And that's kind of the energy we want to have right now, Virgo. Like, don't hold on to any idea or any situation. Don't attach to any idea or situation right now. We want to let ourselves flow with it, and just incubate for a little while longer, stay within the void, because, yeah. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Because we don't want to become unstable because we're thinking about our options too much, right? So upright, this can mean that you're balancing things very well. In reverse, this can be a bit of instability. So I think this is saying, you know, don't take any chances or directions right now. Don't go in a different direction right now, because it could initiate some instability. For now, yeah, just contemplate, kind of get connected to your spiritual side, and ask Source where you're going next. What should you do next? How can you serve? Again, holding the earth in your hands, right? Choosing to do something of service to the collective, to the world. But yeah, death happens every day, little deaths every day. We're constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly being reborn, you know? And that's what the earth is for. That's what life is for. It's a learning process. Earth is like a school. Our souls come here to learn lessons, and we don't have to have a physical death in order to switch it up and get on another timeline, right? Queen of Pentacles, yeah. Yeah, you guys, this is very earthy energy. Generally, this is Capricorn, but this is also you, Virgos. Yeah, having this really nurturing, abundant energy, a lot of patience, peace, very grounded. This is what we want to focus on. I would use the Queen of Pentacles as like a meditation card for this month. Use this month to really ground yourself and open yourself up to Source, to your higher wisdom, your higher self, and see if you can let go a little bit and just sit in your grounded peace and see what comes through from Source. You might be very surprised. Any other messages for our Virgos? I'm also hearing do some gardening, do some earthwork, something very grounding, something that'll make you feel productive, but it's not like a capitalist kind of productive energy. It's more of like just doing things that make you feel good and keep you grounded, right? You know, yoga, walking outside, you can sit under a tree and read, you know, doing some really peaceful, earthy activities will really help you this month. And like I said, I feel like you guys are doing surprisingly well, but at the same time, there's this energy of not knowing where to go next, not knowing what direction you're going to go to next, and that's okay because it hasn't come through yet, and you can't control that. You know, when you let yourself go into the void, when you let yourself incubate and die, you have to wait for source to bring you what you need at the right time. And, the more you try to control things, the more restriction you put on your process, on your path. Because resistance to change is resistance to growth and evolution. Yeah, Knight of Swords in reverse. Don't be impulsive this month, okay? And this is even with thinking, right? Sword energy. Don't be so impulsive with your thoughts. Do some meditations where you just observe your thoughts and you just let your thoughts kind of roll and you don't attach to any of them in particular. Any other advice, guidance, messages for our Virgos? Six of Swords, yeah. Where you're going, Virgo, you can't take these self-sabotaging thoughts with you. You have to balance out your thoughts. And, that could even be like lying to yourself, saying everything's fine, because sometimes Virgos, it's like you get so distracted by your thinking, you don't allow yourself to process your true feelings. Like you're just thinking yourself into oblivion, even like just thinking everything's fine, I'm okay. But, those thoughts are only distractions. And what you need to do actually is like dip into the water some more and really feel things out. Because again, you have the moon and the star here. So you need to connect to your intuition and to your higher calling, your higher purpose. Yeah, as I'm talking about it, the Chariot flew out. This is more Cancer energy. So if you don't have Cancer in your chart, that just means that you are being called to, like I was just saying as that flew out, get in touch with your intuition, because this Chariot, it's ready to move, but it's not necessarily moving yet, right? It's like almost waiting to receive direction. So again, being in the void, incubating, waiting for direction so that you can move your Chariot forward. Yeah. Nine of Cups, contentment. Find little ways every day to dip into your emotions and create happiness through processing your feelings, if that makes any sense. Like, being content just to be where you're at is all well and good, but if you want that 10 of Cups, that full fulfillment, that emotional fulfillment, you have to be willing to see what's in those cups, see what really makes you feel happy and fulfilled. See this as an adventure, Virgo. This is not work. This month for you, nothing is work. It's all play. It's all adventure. Think about it as, the universe is giving you an opportunity this month. Yeah, what was I just saying? See what's in the cups. And remember at the beginning, I said you might be sitting in a bit of illusion that everything's fine. But you need to see what's in your cups. These swords, right? Okay, so sixes in the tarot are balancing out our thoughts. And then sevens is almost like a waiting period, right? Waiting for something to come through, again, being in the void. But while you're in the void, this is an opportunity for you to really dig into your deeper feelings and see what's in your cups. Maybe any trauma that you haven't processed from this past karmic cycle, this death process. What are some things that you still haven't allowed yourself to see within yourself? It's time to get a little emotional, Virgo. But the emphasis is on, not like getting lost in your emotional sauce, but just like allowing yourselves to feel things for how they really are. Like, you don't have to keep telling yourself you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Like, especially for you Virgos with like children and families and spouses and partners with you at home, you may be trying to hold it all together for them, but you have a lot of deeper feelings that need to come out. And that's a part of your death process, is realizing that, yes, you're all about service and health and home, but you also need to serve yourself. And, the kind of emotional illusions here, what's in these cups. This can also refer to like the 7 deadly sins, right? So like the little things we distract ourselves with so that we don't have to feel, you know, whatever that is. Maybe it's social media, maybe it's food, maybe it's sex, maybe it's, you know, oh, I have to be there for everyone. You know, tricking yourself into thinking that everything's fine. And if it is all good, it's all good. But, you know, I'm just saying the universe is giving you an opportunity this month to have a sacred pause and really feel deeper parts of yourself that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to feel before. Because you do have this higher calling, this higher purpose coming through. But like I said, you're in the void and Source can only bring it to you when you're ready. Any other messages for Virgo? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it for you, Virgos. Yeah, if you want a personal reading, I'm doing Pay What You Can this month, so definitely hit me up. I hope you have a great month, and I will see you next month. Peace and love.